I went to an after party once.
Eddie is a recluse. He shows up nowhere. If I find him, I will corner him.
Tyler Perry is gay. I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I've hung around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler Perry for years.
Everybody assumes that Tyler Perry is gay. I said it.
I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls.
My motto in life is just be happy with.
Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time.
Eddie won't return my calls. Eddie Murphy just dropped a bombshell about why he'll never set foot on set with Tyler Perry ever. And it's more disturbing than you think. My motto is life is just be happy with Murphy spills the disturbing reason behind his refusal, hinting that Perry's alleged inappropriate behavior toward male actors might be far worse than anyone realized.
Everybody assumes that Tyler Perry is gay. I said it.
Could Tyler Perry really have crossed a line with Murphy? And how many more Hollywood stars have been keeping quiet about similar encounters? This eye-opening confession is bound to make waves and expose some of the industry's darkest secrets.
Eddie is a recluse. He shows up nowhere. If I find him, I will corner him.
For years, there's been a rumor mill grinding away about what really goes on behind the scenes of Tyler Perry's productions. But no one really expected Eddie Murphy to join the conversation. And in such a big way, Murphy, known for his wit and sarcasm, usually stays out of other celebrities' drama. But this time, he's making sure the world knows why he's keeping his distance. Though apparently Eddie Murphy had enough and decided to set the record straight about why he won't work with Perry, even though they could have made some serious cash together in a candid moment. Eddie allegedly revealed that on a set years ago, Perry had crossed a line. Not just your usual behind-the-scenes clash, not just a diva moment. No, we're talking about behavior that made Murphy downright uncomfortable.
Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious...
Word on the street is that Murphy experienced or heard of Perry's odd behavior, rumors that Perry got way too handsy and personal with some of his male co-stars. Sources close to Murphy claim he was taken aback by these rumors, and they were enough to make him swear off any future collaboration with Perry.
President of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce says more businesses
The reason
are
Tyler
seeking
and Eddie
her help.
Murphy haven't teamed up seems to go a bit deeper right now. People around the world are waking up to just how vulnerable Black lives really are, mainly because of all the messed up outcomes tied to systemic issues with the Black Lives Matter movement. Gaining steam, more folks are realizing how important it is to push for real change, especially when it comes to economic empowerment.
The greatest, funniest people of all time was George Carlin, and he received this award posthumously.
Eddie has been dropping some hints about shady stuff going on in the industry, and it's got people wondering if Tyler Perry might be mixed up in it. Funny enough, Eddie's only Oscar nomination came from Dreamgirls, which was directed by Bill Condon, and in interviews, Eddie even admitted he didn't give that role the same effort he puts into his comedy work. It's like he's low-key, exposing how things can get pretty twisted behind the scenes in Hollywood.
I'm just saying I stopped liking Cash Clay once changed the name to Muhammad Ali.
Critics are still breaking down Eddie's iconic performance in The Nutty Professor, where he went all out with makeup and prosthetics to play the entire Klump family. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. He pulled off the same magic in the Coming to America movies, especially in that hilarious barbershop scene everyone remembers.
I'm not a Tyler Perry fan, so this is what I got to say. It's funny how he got all this money to do everything but the right thing.
During a chat on the Real Blend podcast with Coming to America director Craig Brewer, we got into the topic of Eddie Murphy's repeated snubs by the Academy. Brewer didn't hold back, saying it really bothers me. I feel like it's even more stilted against Eddie because people think it's easy for him. Sure, maybe some things come naturally to Eddie. But what people don't see is the work behind the scenes. I see him in the makeup chair, listening to music, getting into the zone, rehearsing lines on set. He doesn't mess around. He goes back to his chair, between takes, and gets into this trance, working and working. There's real craft there, but I worry people assume, "Oh, Eddie's just being funny like always." That's not true. Yes, he's hilarious. But it's not just flipping a switch. Netizens agree it's an unfair judgment. And Eddie isn't the only comedian overlooked by the Academy. One Twitter user didn't hold back, blasting Perry's movies as biased and even making a video calling them trash for the world to see. And it sounds like she's got a lot more on her mind too.
When I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
The woman didn't stop there. She boldly claimed that Tyler Perry has a fear of white people, suggesting it influences how he makes his movies and the choices he makes. Her strong statement gained some traction, and others jumped in to share their thoughts on Tyler and his work.
There's a camera on you, baby. There's a camera on me right back behind you. Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
These videos imply that there might be a hidden truth beneath the surface. The question arises, what could be Tyler Perry's secret that has led some dark-skinned actors to decline working with him? Tyler Perry has certainly made a huge impact, rising from the Atlanta theater scene to dominating the box office with his media series. But like any success story, his journey hasn't been without its bumps and controversies. There are whispers that Perry's ego may have gotten a bit out of hand, leading to clashes with big names like Oprah in Hollywood. The game can be cutthroat, and sometimes you have to get a little ruthless to succeed. And it seems Tyler Perry isn't above that kind of pressure.
But I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Tyler Perry's leap into television with his sitcom House of Pain was a major move, but it came with its fair share of drama when he was negotiating a syndication deal. And a spin-off series called Meet the Browns, things got a bit messy. According to Deadline, Perry fired 4 writers who were asking for union contracts, which set off some serious outrage in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson didn't hold back, saying, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes. But now that it's time to benefit from the syndication and spin-offs, he decides to let us go unless we accept a terrible offer." Harry's response: he pretty much said he'd just take over all the writing himself. But that wasn't the end of the union clashes. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity banned their members from participating in Perry's stage play Media on the Run because his production company refused to sign union contracts. It seems like Perry is all about raking in as much cash as possible, but not everyone is on board with his approach.
Are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat? Yet, if those films, I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point.
After the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamal Lamu wrote an open letter to Tyler Perry that was published by NPR. In her letter, Lamu shared her unease with Perry's reliance on stereotypes in his work. She expressed her thoughts, saying through her, "The country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breasts flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more, Mr. Perry. You have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have acclaimed." Director Spike Lee is also among the notable figures who have criticized Tyler Perry for his use of stereotypical characters. Lee has been vocal about this issue, openly addressing his concerns with Perry's approach to storytelling.
Yeah, we riding around this Tyler Perry studio. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I never even seen nothing like this.
Lee pointed out that movies filled with stereotypes are part of why folks like Tyler Perry are breaking records. He thinks the industry could really up its game by steering clear of those biased one-dimensional flicks that just don't cut it, breaking records. But we could do better, Tyler. Perry's way of casting and creating characters has caught viewers' attention, sparking conversations about his business strategy. Some people feel that he often casts dark-skinned actors as the villains, while making WH-skinned characters the heroes in his films. and shows this viewpoint has led to some pretty heated discussions among his audience. Pitiful black, woman being abused by a no-good dark-skinned man and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man. During an event, Chris Rock called out a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, highlighting how there's often a lack of kind and respectful black boyfriends in his films. He made his point by referencing Tupac Shakur, suggesting that Perry's movies could benefit from more diverse character portrayals. Rock quipped Tupac might be a political leader if he were alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now. You never know, he might be. The bad dark-skinned boyfriend in a Tyler Perry flick. Rock was pointing out that Tupac was a legendary and influential rapper during his time. But if he ever landed a role in a Tyler Perry movie, it's likely he wouldn't be cast as a hero given Perry's usual casting choices. He went on to say, I'd hope he's a senator, but he might just be kicking Jill Scott down a flight upstairs in Tyler Perry movies. There's always this pattern. Rock's perspective echoed Le's criticism, as both emphasized that some popular films might find success due to Tyler Perry's biased casting and storytelling choices. They raised important questions about how this kind of ideology affects the film industry as a whole.
All this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on?
When you dig deeper into the entertainment industry, it's evident that colorism has been an issue lurking in the shadows for way too long. Hollywood has especially faced a lot of heat recently, with media-driven campaigns and hashtags making waves from Twitter to TV news. While there have been plenty of scandals, it's important to remember that one of the first big names to draw negative attention to the industry was Harvey Weinstein, who was convicted of his offenses in 2017. A flood of Saw allegations came to light, exposing the darker side of Hollywood's culture.
People are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out.
However, we also know that Tyler Perry has always had a controversial image in Hollywood. Some admire his empire-building story. Others criticize his on-set practices, claiming he has a history of being too comfortable with his male actors. Some have even hinted that his behavior veers into inappropriate territory, with Perry using his position to intimidate or pressure his colleagues. We writing this Tyler Perry studio, I ain't even going to lie to you, like I never even seen nothing like this. You see, Diddy and Tyler have been tight for years, business partners, frequent award show attendees, and yes, party buddies. But as more details from Diddy's alleged freak offs are beginning to leak, actors and actresses in Hollywood are now reconsidering their relationship with Tyler. Can you blame them? Who wants to be associated with that kind of mess? You can't blame anyone for not wanting their name next to someone who might just be in too deep. With the let's call them questionable choices, it is said that Diddy ensured Tyler Perry's empire was formed. A black billionaire and one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood. But let's not forget the whispers that have followed him for years. From his oversimplified depictions of black culture to the cringeworthy narrative that black women should settle for less in life and love, he's drawn criticism from some corners of the community for how his films portray our struggles. And now those whispers are turning into shouts as black actors are wondering if being part of the Tyler Perry machine is really worth it, especially if he's mixed up in Diddy's alleged antics. There's more, rumor has it. There's video evidence from one of Diddy's infamous parties that could land Tyler Perry right in the middle of this scandal. Now we know Tyler's been trying to play it cool, maybe thinking this would all blow over. But with Diddy's own personal ex-bodyguard, Gan Deal, all but confirming that there's some real dirt coming down the pipeline, it's starting to look like Perry might not be able to outrun this one. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro, cause you know who else they was doing investigation on. You've got to wonder, what else are these tapes going to show? Could Tyler, the supposed handler, be on the verge of getting thrown under the bus as Diddy tries to save himself? And he got to put something together real soon. Cause they not playing with him, he has to put something together real soon and say, yo, listen to me, I know that it's way bigger than Diddy. If Hollywood's turning on Perry, it's not hard to see why his name has been coming up in some pretty unsavory places. And we all know how Hollywood's facade of glitz and glam has been slipping for years, and now with these kinds of allegations coming to light, actresses are starting to ask the tough questions. It's not a good look to sign up to work with a man who might be involved in something as scandalous as this. A man who allegedly participated actively in these events rather than simply being a bystander. Ice Cube, who has been in the game for decades, warned that some big names would fall soon, and that Tyler might be one of them. Yet Tyler isn't even mentioned. People are so divisive in every manner that they are scared to speak up. If there wasn't something going on behind the scenes, why would Ice Cube issue such cryptic warnings? Hollywood is obviously trembling, and Perry is caught in the middle of it. The timing is also suspicious, but the actors and actresses who have refused to work with Tyler Perry are also beginning to speak out, not about the films themselves, but about the man behind the curtain. Monique revealed some shocking details about how Lee Daniels allegedly helped Tyler Perry undermine other artists, including herself. I've never seen so many black men and cowards in this industry. I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in there. Tyler Perry is no stranger to controversy, but his treatment of Monique may just be the tip of the iceberg, and it has actresses fleeing. It's obviously unjust, I must say. A few months ago, Monique grabbed the Apollo Theater stage and shared her opinions about Tyler Perry. Despite winning an Oscar, she was labeled difficult and sidelined because she only wanted fair compensation. Now, Monique isn't just making up drama for no reason. Lee Daniels and Oprah Winfrey are accusing her of blacklisting her after her role in Precious, claiming that Tyler was one of the ringleaders. Rumor has it she's ready to spill more about Tyler Perry behind-the-scenes antics, and it's enough to make actresses think twice about working with him. In 2009, Monique was asked to promote Precious without being paid after refusing. Things spiraled suddenly. Stories leaked about her being hard to work with, and she became Hollywood's new problem. But Monique connected the dots. It wasn't just a coincidence. Someone was working against her, and Tyler Perry was at the center. Despite years of demanding an apology from Perry and Oprah, Monique has received nothing but silence, which only makes her more determined to reveal the truth. I asked, cancel like Monique. Why is she canceling? The rapper went on to say that Tyler Perry never supported Monique when she was being canceled.